having network interference. But while I'm waiting for Mr. Akobo's network to be stable, hello, Mr. Akobo.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am with you now. So yeah, you were telling us about roadworthiness and what it entails.
Yes, roadworthiness. And I said, what is roadworthiness of a car to ply on the road? The paper documentation. One, you must have the roadworthiness certificate. Two, you must have the vehicle license. Three, you must have insurance. Four, you must have proof of ownership. And for commercial drivers, you must also have stage acne license.
Sorry, come again. What did you say? The last one, what did you call it?
You must have acne stroke stage carriage.
Okay.
Or call it acne.
Okay.
Yes, these are the 5 license documents as in the paper documentation a vehicle should have before it is qualified to drive on the road. Now, when we come to the traffic acts, you need to have the safety signs, the safety aspect of it. You need to have the fire extinguisher. You need to have the triangular caution. You need to have your jack. You need to have your spare tire. Are you with me?
I'm listening, sir.
Very good. When these things are there, no road traffic officer will stop you to ply on the road. Your lights must be functioning. Your horn must be functioning. Of course, these are tools to communicate to other vehicle users and road users that you are coming on the way, you want to pass here, you don't use your hand, it is these signs. So they are called traffic signs. Now, for traffic tools on the vehicle. So when these 2 things are combined together, the documentation part I have just earlier mentioned, and these acts of the tools are there, then this vehicle is roadworthy. The next extra thing we go about to look on it is not the statistics of the vehicle, but the emission value, the emission this vehicle produces to the air. If the combustion is very poor and it is contaminating the air, the VIO has the right to put you to the office. Please repair these things.
All right.
So this is what is called roadworthiness for a vehicle to ply on the road.
Now, I'm happy you've been able to break it down for us. You've taken us all the way back to 1947, and you've told us the VIO, as backed by law, is an offshoot of the police. But some Nigerians, most especially those in Rivers, said are finding it difficult to differentiate between the VIO, the FRSC, that's what we call road safety, and the police, because some of these functions that you have mentioned are also performed by these other agencies.
Okay.
Is that unity in purpose? Do you work together with these other agencies?
Okay. The VIO are road traffic officers. The road safety are also road traffic officers. There are also some road traffic section in the in the police department, as I speak.
Police, yeah.
As I speak. Yeah, traffic police. Now, they are specifically on traffic. Now, when we come to road safety came up 1988, if I'm not mistaken. That means that the VIO has been functioning before the road safety. Now, if you go down to the major role or the cause why road safety is formed is, I'm saying this on radio, and let it be very much clear to everybody, is to promote, advertise, and promote safety on the road. I am very conspicuous.
Okay, so not to do some of the things you mentioned, but to promote safety on the road.
Just as I told you, I said the VIO functioned from the beginning of 1947.
Okay,
is the same thing till today. And the Road Safety Act says that the road safety are to be on the federal roads, because that is where you see the major accidents occur. VIO is a state-owned parasitizer. It's an NVA. The NVA is owned by the states, and it is in the residual list in the Nigerian Constitution, which is being owned by states. So any money we generate goes to the states. Any vehicle renewal you do is supposed to go to the states. So even if you don't do it, who are the right people to supposed to apprehend you?
The state, I
That
guess.
is the question. Because it is from this money, the government have money to do the roads we ply. The state roads we ply. Federal cannot come and do state roads for us. But I am not saying that road safety, what they are doing is wrong. I am not saying that. But I am trying to justify that the VIO or the state road traffic officers have the legitimate constitutional right to enforce that vehicle should be in order for safety and do the necessary paper renewals. As I speak with you, Kalada, now who are the people who are clamoring that we are doing this? Take investigational journalism to commercial drivers. You will see that 80% of them don't have papers or don't renew papers. For a number of years, they don't even renew. And you and I know the society will live. When the police stops them, what happens? Do they confiscate them? They don't. But if VIO holds you for not renewing, for subverting that of government money, they will owe you to the office. You will renew your papers.
Are you very sure, Mr. Akobo, are you very sure that your officials, the officers, also do not act like, other agencies that you have,
they don't
alleged
do that
on the show?
Because that is the reason why they are being on the road.
So some people are asking, where have you been all this while? Because for so many years, we had different traffic officials in the state. We had TimaRIV, we had Taskforce. These officials were the ones acting on behalf of the state, and people were asking, where was VIO? What's with the old energy from VIO these days?
Okay, Kalada, thank you very much. VIO has been in River State, or was in River State, right from, I don't know when it started, but it has been not until the immediate past governor, now the FCT minister, in his good way, try to reform the
Okay, so we are having network issues. Mr. Akobo,
they should go in for this.
Okay, I would have to do reconnections there. We do have a commercial coming up, by the way. But when we come back from that commercial break, I will reconnect with my guest, and we will talk about why there is, that force resurgence of some sorts from the VIO, and we will go ahead to give the VIO the right of reply to some of the allegations that have been made on air, and talk about some of the things, how they can best relate with motorists in Rivers State. I would like to hear your thoughts. The question I'm asking on social media is, why is it that Rivers people always have issues with traffic officers, or is it me overthinking? I'd like to hear from you when I do come back from the break. Just stay tuned.
info.
All right. Sorry, Mr. Akobo. Yes, we're still talking with the Chief Vehicle Inspection Officer / Road Officer here in River State. I'm talking about the engineer Monibo Akobo, and we're looking at the allegations of harassment by VIO in the state. We'll get to some of the allegations in a while, but let's continue from where we left up before that commercial. Welcome back, Mr. Akobo. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Kalada.
Yeah, so I asked the question before the break. You said since 1947, that's when the VIO was created. Where have you been all this while in River State? Because a lot of people are asking the question, why now? Why all of a sudden? Why the resurgence all of a sudden?
Kalada, just as I was saying before the network glitches came up, the VIO in River State has been in existence. I was not the first chief VIO of the state, neither the second, nor the fourth, nor the fifth. There are a lot of people who have been in that position before I came up. So I am not the first, and they have been functioning. But just as I said, for a number of years, the VIO was not on the road. It is not because there was a court case, not because they were bad from doing their legitimate functions, no, but it was because of reorganization that made them to go back to reorganize themselves. And that does not mean VIO was not in existence. If you go to the offices today, the people that issues you the roadworthiness certificate are all VIOs. The people that does the driving test are VIO. In fact, let me also tell you that the driving license, the only authorized authority certificate you see in the driving license is from me, the head of the Directorate of Road Traffic Services. Yeah. The VIO, the chief VIO signature is the one there, not even road safety. But a lot of persons think that road safety are the owners of driving license. They are not. I am the owner. The reason is because as a owner, it is your own signature that will be there. How do I have my signature there? Because I am the only one permitted by the law to test and approve anybody that wants to have a driving license.
So not road safety now.
Not road safety. They know. You can call them and ask them. Okay. It's the VIO, because you must pass through the VIO test, and I'll approve you and give you a certificate that yes, you have passed the test. You cannot apply the road. Go to the road safety and take the capture for them to produce the driving license. That is how it is. So, but the public may not be disinformed, or they don't know, because this particular set of people. So imagine me giving out driving license and my signature is there. And if you go to the road, you see fake. How do I identify it?
All right. All right. So
why am I supposed not to enforce it?
Okay.
That is the question.
I asked a question earlier, and maybe I should go back to it. Is there a working relationship between the VIO, the FRASC, and the traffic department of the police? And I'm asking because, once again, there is a duplicity of functions. A lot of Nigerians are being overwhelmed by this duplicity. So is there a working relationship where everybody gets to know what to do and when to do and where to do what to do?
Of course, Kalada, as I speak with you, the traffic police don't even stop you to check your particulars. Those who are putting on orange top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Orange top with black, that is the traffic police. They don't stop to check your document. They concentrate on traffic activities, as in decongesting the road, motor passes and all of that.
Movement of cars. Yeah. Okay.
The people you see that stops are not even the traffic police. When they stop vehicle, they are not traffic police officers that to check your licenses. Of course, in the law, the police have their own jurisdictions by knowing a driver. They are supposed to know driver. They are supposed to know if the vehicle is yours, is not stolen. And most times, they are supposed to stop when there are stolen vehicle alert, and the signal is given. This is when they are supposed to stop. It is not their jurisdiction to check your paper to know this in absence of any of these crimes and all about.
Okay, so the police, because for educational purposes, so the police checking your particulars is to know if you are the owner or not, and not to check whether it's up to date or not up to date.
Yes, interesting. Yes,
Interesting.
And to to check your boot if you are carrying a criminal items and all of those things. It's the functions of the police. I will not come and investigate who is carrying a criminal thing. And of course, I have the power to arrest. Every Nigerian have the power to arrest. So, but we'll hand it over to the police.
Okay. So, once again, what is the working relationship like?
Okay. So, there is a cordiality. There is an understanding. No, we are not harm carrying. We are not arm carriers. So, when we want to do our duty like this, what we do, we solicit with the police authority, please, this, and they know the constitutional right we have to do our work. So they only because the motorist public is seeing us as enemy. They hate the vehicle inspection officer because why? They like driving in illegality. In fact, they are happy that they don't renew their papers. They are happy that they drive the road without fire extinguisher. They are happy that, but when the accident keep occurring and when the state government loses revenue, tomorrow they are the people that will shout that the state government is not doing road. This place is bad and all of that. So we solicit with the police, please assist us. You know, Nigerians will like force. So when the police is carrying gun and they are with the VIO, or when you bypass the VIO and they stop you, they stop. So that is the working relationship. Is just in the spirit of esprit de corps we have. We also have that working relationship with the road safety. We cannot come and condemn them because they are also in the Road Traffic Act. But I have told you their major function, why they are created, is to advertise and promote road safety. That is what they are. That is what they are known for, and that is what they should be doing. But if they go about, checking your driving license and all of that, my brother, it is for you to ask them why are they doing all of this. But I just told you that the state road traffic officers, this is their jurisdiction. Of course, anywhere within the state, we are within the state, any road within the state that is a state road, they are supposed to man and check all of these things to ensure that the motorist public do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, I tell you that no traffic officer will molest or take you to the office for wanting. No, it is not done.
All right. Chief Akobo, let me pause you for a bit. Michael from Ozoba just sent in a message, and Michael is saying, why are they demanding for windscreen water spray that it must be functional and that one must have a first aid box? Can you educate us on that, please?
Okay. When we come to vehicle inspection officer, anything pertaining the vehicle is very important to us. When your wiper is not functioning, your wiper is not working, and it rains, don't you think that there is every possibility for you to cause? In fact, you are an hazard at that point. The car is an hazard, and there's every possibility for that vehicle to cause accident because the wipers are not going. They are not flowing. They are supposed to be clearing the waterways on the screen. So it is our duty and our function to ensure that the vehicle wiper are working. That is that. Then when we come to first aid box, we have said that the first aid box, we are appealing to especially commercial drivers plying the highways.
So it's not a crime, it's an appeal. Let's get that right. It's not a crime, but an appeal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an appeal. It's not a crime. It's an appeal that especially commercial vehicle plying the highways and company vehicles. That is one of the community services. If anything happens,
all right,
at least if you are passing, that should be the community service of the company. You are what you are rendering. You can quickly bring it, and they render or administer the first aid treatment before rushing the person to the hospital. All so right. It's an appeal.
All right, it's an appeal. So one final question, because you said your officers would not, take money on the road. They must take defaulters to the office. What are the range of fines that residents of Rivers State should be looking at? Because I heard someone on Facebook a while back lamenting how he was told, to pay a huge amount. Was it for expired tires
Kalada,
or not having fire station? One of them, yeah.
Kalada, thank you. Yeah. The fine ranges. It is in categories.
Okay.
They are not all the same. They are in categories.
Okay.
If you don't have a driving license, it has its own fine. If you don't have the roadworthiness, it has its own fine. If you have forged documents, document, because if you go to the road, we have apprehended a lot of people who patronize fraudsters and giving them forged documents, subverting or changing the government revenue. That has a specific its own amount. Then, if you don't have the jack, the tire, your spare tire, it has a caution sign. They are in their various categories. So imagine a vehicle is moving on the road. You don't have a driving as a driver. You don't have driving license. You don't have roadworthiness. You don't have vehicle license. You don't have insurance. You don't have proof of ownership. Your vehicle does not have on. Your vehicle does not have caution sign. Can you imagine? I am saying. So there are some persons who have come to the office and have paid only 11,000 naira, 10,000 naira, some 6,000 naira. But those who come to talk of 50,000, and even as I speak to you, they have not paid that amount of money. But let them bring the checklist. Let's see. We give them considerations, because when we see that these are, but you're not supposed to apply these things, or try and renew this, we give them considerations. We reduce it to the barest minimum that they can pay and go. That is what we do.
All right.
We are not there to punish the public, the motorist public, or to put them on the force, but we want them to do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, no traffic officer will apprehend you for anything.
All right. Okay. So let's come here now. There were accusations that by the PCRC in River State that the VIO is overstepping boundaries. What would be your reaction to that?
I want to say that that is an ignorance, because let me say it on air that the PCRC chairman called me on the phone to say that his sister or his wife or his auntie was apprehended by the road safety by my road traffic officers, that because of insurance that I should temper justice with mercy because of him. I told him I don't have a problem with it, but send me the plate number, let me see. And I also called them to know the gravity of offense she has committed, but he refused to send it to me. Just as I told you that insurance is one of the criteria in to make your vehicle roadworthy. It is one of the particulars. It's in the Road Traffic Act. One of the things, one of the papers that a vehicle is supposed to have before you apply the road. So when people don't read the law, or their ignorance of the law, and try to speak, like somebody said, VIO is supposed to be at the state boundaries. Ow.
Okay.
I know that
is there a way to pacify the motorists? Because public motorists are saying we'll go on strike. They're threatening to go on strike if the VIO continue in the manner which they operate.
Canada, let me put it like this: it's not the public motorists too. It is the what is that their name? Somebody called me welfare.
They are transporters, public transporters, the public.
Yes. Now, what we will tell them is that, please, just as I've told you now, before now, I said 80% of taxis, keke, plying the state road don't have papers. Their papers are invalid. Canada, please, go down to check if what I'm saying is a lie. And you want the government to fold their hands like that, and it continues in that manner? No. So what I plead, or what I am appealing to them, is to ensure that their vehicles their papers are valid, and all the requirements that are supposed to be in the vehicle should be. That is what. Okay. Then, if anything outside that, the road traffic officers confront them with that. Take it to court, or please come and report in the office. We have a way of dealing with church officers. Okay. Because you like it or not, there could still be one or two officers who will want to do their own thing the way they want to do. But if that comes to my notice, my brother, I speak to you. I'm on air that the Ministry of Transport is not going to take it easy with church officer, but them should abide by the law by putting these things in order. We don't have any problem.
All right. So one more. I've asked this question before, but for clarity's sake, between the VIO and the FRSC, who is supposed to issue a driver's license?
It is a tripartite thing, Canada.
Okay.
The tripartite thing is that the VIO test and approve
The driving capacity.
or the processes.
Okay, all right.
And we give it to you, go and pay the money in the bank, goes to government coffer. And the government, the Board of Internal Revenue will sign that you have paid. They will bring the form to us. We'll also sign that you have passed the test. It is then with the certificate of the VIO, you now take to the road safety to capture and produce the license. In other words, road safety don't conduct the test. They don't approve. Their own is what the VIO approves. They work on. In fact, let me make it very clear to you and to the public that in the Road Traffic Act, it is stated, it is right there, that if a road safety officer capture an applicant without VIO pass or certification, that officer is liable to 1 year imprisonment. It is in the law.
All right. Okay. Let's quickly take calls. I've had a wonderful conversation with you, and time is fast spent. But it's a call-in program, so I would like to listen to callers, even if we don't have enough time. Maybe for the next 5 minutes, we take calls as quickly as possible. So the numbers to call: 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. I start with this call. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning to you, my brother Kalana.
Yeah, so let's quicken the pace. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Magnus. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Comrade Magnus, quickly.
Very quickly, I want to say that for me, this particular organization should be banned and should be abolished because they are not doing what they're supposed to do on the road. Canada, let me ask you again online. With the law that is quoting, does it say that the VIO should not arrest taxi drivers, bus drivers, and they should concentrate on private motors on the road? Canada, go to my one flyover. You will see them stopping road users. They will leave the bus drivers to hold and check their vehicles. Some of them don't have lights, some of them don't have door, some of them don't have things. But they will leave them. They will arresting private motors,
all right,
motors,
all right, all right. Thank you. All right, Comrade Magnus, thank you. Your point noted. I'll throw the question to my guests in a bit. If I am from the judge, please straight to the point.
All right, Canada. Good morning.
Yeah, fine. Good morning.
Sorry, I'm going to go straight to the point. One challenge we have with law enforcement agencies in Nigeria is that they see their work as being punitive, right? They all come out of the road. They want to look for the likely offender to punish. You can imagine somebody that is directing traffic. Instead of trying to say somebody is trying to make a bad turn, say, no, don't do that. Take the right one. The person will actually wait for the person to do that in order to arrest them. So my challenge with VIO is that they are actually overstepping. Those guys, even as learned as I am, whenever I see them, my heart cuts. Because they will find a way to really make sure that there is something, no matter how minute, that will warrant you being extorted.
All right, fine.
It's what you need to let the man know is to educate his officers. And again, let the officers actually even have some days to educate the road users and said, okay, if you don't do this thing between now and so time, this is what is going to happen.
All right. If I don't have enough time, but your point is noted. Walter from Rukwaku, please, straight to the point. I'd like to hear from you.
My brother Kalada.
Yeah, good morning, Walter.
Yes, you see, like the man on your studio there, he has said they outlined their job. And most of us are ignorant of what he's saying. He's saying automatically that all these things we are suffering on the road is in their own domain, that they are in position to do all this. But police are doing this. Road safety are doing this. So please, Canada, I would want a situation where you bring these three arms, if possible, to studio. Let us argue this, because
all right.
You see, there was a day, excuse me, sir.
Summarize, please. I don't have time. Summarize.
Yes, there was a day I was going to Omawa. This road safety, they had my vehicle, that my wife was not putting safety belt. I told them my wife has small issues in her breast. These people, contravened me only for 2,000 naira. That day, what we are going to do, we didn't go it. 2,000 naira.
All right.
I begged them. I even said, collect the money, I will give transport.
All right, Walter, your point is noted, and I apologize on their behalf. But back to you, Chief Akobo. One last question, 60 seconds. Your men have been accused of targeting private vehicles as against, generality of vehicles on the road. What will you say about that, please, as quickly as possible? Oh, my. Chief Akobo, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Chief Akobo?
Yes, Kalada, please come again. What did you say?
I was going to ask you a question, but I think my time is fast spent. So at this point, I would have to say thank you for joining us on the show. It's a pleasure having you educate us on some of the road and traffic rules and responsibilities of the vehicle inspection officers.
Kalada, I want to say thank you very much. And I want to thank the public. I also want to thank the various agencies that have been complimenting our activity on the road.
All right.
We say we are working together as a team. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And to you listening, thank you very much. Do stay tuned. Jude is up next with Elupeth Hackett. As for me, I'm saying my goodbyes now. Good morning.
For more talk, news and sports,